It's Tuesday, October 6, 2020. I wanted to make this late video this evening because there were just a few things on my mind. It just seems like things are getting very, very weird out there. We saw the Dow Jones pull back 377 points today, and I think we're going to see some disruption tomorrow, and I think we're going to see some more correction, more disruption coming very, very soon. Now, I don't know that for sure, but this president stopped all stimulus talks, and I believe that that is going to probably have a pretty major effect on these markets. Yes, they do know stimulus is coming at some point, but now we may not see, as I've said in earlier videos, I didn't believe we would see stimulus, any more stimulus this year. And my big concern is if people don't have money to spend, what happens to this economy over Christmas? This economy relies so much on Christmas sales, retailers just being obliterated right now. And if people don't have money, what happens this Christmas? I think this may go down in history as one of the worst Christmases for retail sales. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. But things are getting very, very weird, and I'm getting a little bit worried here with some of these events that are taking place politically and this volatility we're seeing in the market. Metals across the board, gold, silver, just being decimated right now. And I'm going to buy some tonight. There's no doubt. We're seeing a big pullback in gold and silver, and I'm going to buy this dip. Look, in my opinion, most of this market is completely overvalued, but you have the two most undervalued assets on planet Earth, gold and silver, and they are absolutely on sale tonight. So I will be purchasing. Many people continue to ask me where I buy from. SD Bullion, I have a link down below. I don't care where you buy it from. I do believe you should be buying it, especially at these prices, especially silver. You know, at some point, we're not going to get these opportunities any longer. But right now, when it gets this cheap, I'm buying. SD Bullion, link down below. Buy it at your pawn shop, buy it at your jeweler, buy it online at another coin dealer. Doesn't matter to me where you get it from, but what does matter is that you are holding these assets and they're on sale, and you should be stacking as much of it as you can. And with the continued news like this, Fed Chair Powell calls for more help from Congress, says there's a low risk of overdoing it. This is a warning to you that time is running out and that you better be preparing every which way. And financially, you better be hanging on to real assets like gold and silver. This stuff's on sale. It is never going to be worth zero. It's got a 5,000-year track record. God's money is not going away. And I really, truly believe in my heart that we better be holding some of God's money to get through this financial storm that is coming. Jerome Powell said this. He said, aggressive policy help for the economy needs to continue. But we've been told that this V-shaped recovery is going well. The economy is doing well. The American household is doing well. Yet, we need aggressive policy help for the economy, and it must continue. That means more helicopter money, more money printing, all bullish for gold and silver. Your currency is being debased every second of the day. He also said the risk of overdoing it seems for now to be smaller. Taking the foot off the gas now could risk thwarting a recovery that Jerome Powell said has been quicker than expected. And when he says something like that, you almost have to laugh. Quicker than expected. Tens of millions of people out of work, boarded up buildings, vacant commercial real estate everywhere, people in forbearance and rent moratoriums. It's unbelievable that he could even say anything like that. We have never seen the economy in such shambles unless we go back into history, into the Great Depression. And you know what? This is just beginning. We are going to see something way worse than the Great Depression. Please do not be listening to these people, because if you do, you're going to get yourself in very, very big trouble. Article today on CNBC, 12 million people asked the IRS for more time to file taxes. Again, this is another bellwether. People can't pay their taxes. That's why According to this article, 12 million people have asked the IRS for more time to file. They need more extension. October 15th is the deadline for taxpayers to submit their 2019 income tax returns. Tax professionals, according to this article, report that crisis-related disruptions slowed all taxpayers down. Ask yourself this: how many of this 12 million people are going to be able to pay their taxes? And what happens if they can't? I mean, look, this is an absolute avalanche of what is happening. People falling behind on the rent, the mortgages, the car payments, the credit card, etc. And now there's going to be millions of people out there that are not going to be able to pay their taxes. What's the government going to do with these people? People are getting themselves into very, very big trouble here. And as I make this video this evening, I just become more and more concerned with what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing any light at the end of the tunnel. We're just being told one thing, that everything's fine, while the economy continues to just go down a toilet bowl here, while small, medium business is just being vaporized on a daily basis, while the average American, his and her standard of living continues to erode. And this is just the beginning. We haven't seen anything yet. And if you have the means, if you have the ability, please get yourself some hard assets like gold and silver. Be putting some cash away. Cash still has buying power, and it will until it doesn't. And at that point, you better have something financially to fall back on. Yes, you better have food, water, medicine, a good network, a good group of people surrounding you. This stuff is going to be very, very important. And make sure that you are an asset, that you have a skill set, because that's going to be very, very important. If you're one of these people who's just been doing nothing for years except playing video games, smoking dope, watching reality TV, and barely even knows how to tie your shoes, you're going to be in really, really big trouble here. And as I've said in past videos, it is already too late for millions of people, and many of these people don't even know it yet. They have no idea what is about to happen. The 98% of the people watching this video tonight, you know exactly what is about to happen. And continue to keep your foot on the gas pedal in your preparations. CNBC, holiday crowds at malls will be smaller this year. Shopper Track predicts as much as 25% drop in shoppers. Without stimulus, this could be even worse, and we don't even know what's going to happen to these markets from one day to the next, what's going to happen to this economy tomorrow, the next day, next week. But it says here, traffic at retail stores is expected to be down 25% year over year. Black Friday is losing clout, it says. It's not going to be like it was a year ago. More job losses, more vacant stores, no stimulus. This means big trouble coming to retail, coming to the malls, coming to the shopping centers. Again, we're going to see more store closures, meaning more vacant buildings, less tax revenue coming into your city, more people having to file unemployment benefits. Where do these people go? What are they going to do? This thing is just going to be a mess. Another article today, also on CNBC, 65% of voters believe it will take over a year for the economy to recover. These people must be oblivious. They have no idea, apparently, what's going on. If you think that this is going to recover in a year, you are 100% sadly mistaken. So much damage has already been done that we're probably looking right now, if things completely opened up tomorrow, we're probably looking at 10 years to recover from this damage. We don't even know the damage yet. We don't know the fallout yet. We're not going to know probably until a year from now how much damage we've received, because it's continuing. Nothing is really opening up. You cannot say that you're open when your restaurant is at 25% capacity, your gym is at 10% capacity, your resorts are at 25 to 50% capacity. That's not a reopening. We still have millions of people too scared to even go out, and we have millions of people too broke to go out and even spend money. And they are 100% reliant on stimulus now. And I believe unless the stimulus gets much bigger, it's not going to do anything. It's a drop in the swimming pool now because people are being overwhelmed with debt. And the money that they do receive, many of them aren't going to spend it. They're going to have to pay their rent. They're going to have to pay the missed car payment. They're going to maybe save some money. But at this point, people are getting so far behind. Boeing slashes forecast for new aircraft demand, expects collapse to hurt sales for more than a decade. Boeing slashed its 10-year forecast for new aircraft by 11% from a year ago. Yet, we see the markets continuing to surge, not today, but it just really mesmerizes me when I see the market up like we saw, what was it, yesterday, up 465 points, and we see news from Boeing like this. Again, completely manipulated, and many people are being fooled right now. They're being suckered to the poker table, and I'm telling you, we're watching this economy, death by 1,000 cuts, but sooner or later, we are going to see things accelerate. We're going to wake up one morning, we're going to see a bank in Europe like Deutsche Bank or some big bank somewhere blowing up with all these derivatives, or it's going to be a bank right here in America, or we're going to see massive pressure on the US dollar. Something's going to happen. Some event will happen. We'll wake up to it, and we will watch these markets completely melt down. It's fun and exciting to watch everything melt up, but remember, it's all an illusion. It's all fake. It's all artificial. You cannot have 0% interest rates forever. You cannot inject artificial money, debt into these markets forever without paying a severe price. And America, unfortunately, is going to pay a massive price for this. We have a country now, 70% of this economy is based on consumption, and people now are running out of money. It was paycheck to paycheck before, and now we have millions of people that aren't even receiving a paycheck. They are now debt slaves to the government, waiting for a check, waiting for stimulus. And if you think that this is just going to fix itself all by itself, if you think it's going to fix itself with more stimulus and more artificial injections of printed up money, more magic tricks, more illusions, you're sadly mistaken, because we are past the point of no return. So much damage has been done. Your currency is buying less and less every day. So please, if you're watching this, please wake up, get out of the matrix, come to reality, and prepare the best that you can, because we are about to go through a very, very wild ride here. This was on the hedge. The real move in gold hasn't started yet. Egan von Greers warns system entering super exponential phase, and I couldn't agree more. He says we're seeing unlimited money printing, helicopter money. We are going to see accelerated debasement of the currency. The real moves in gold and silver haven't started yet. The bond market is going to collapse, and interest rates are going to go a lot higher. Institutional money is coming to the gold market. The more they print, the higher gold and silver are going to go. And, nobody can guarantee anything. Nobody has a crystal ball. But I'll tell you, when you just watch all this debt creation, all this helicopter money, all the money printing into the illusion, this is going, I think, to be so bullish for gold and silver. And I think many people watching this are going to kick themselves that they didn't buy more when they could, and me included. I really am pondering, the ratio of having cash to gold, to mining stocks, to silver. People ask me all the time, and look, I can't answer that. That's something that you have to answer. But I think all of us will look back and go, why didn't we just buy a little bit more when we could, when it was on sale? So again, I'll be buying more tonight, buying this dip. The two most undervalued assets on planet Earth are gold and silver, and they are flashing a blue light sale right now. U.S. labor market topping job openings post first monthly drop since crash. Job openings dropped by 204,000 in September. 8 months of losing millions of jobs. we are now going on 8 months. We have been losing 800 plus thousand jobs a month for going on 8 months now. When I look at even this job openings dropping by 204,000, I look at the quality of jobs, I look at the wages, and you look at the average median income now, $34,000. The middle class is being absolutely destroyed right before our very eyes. Anybody that doesn't see a wealth transfer taking place right now is completely blind and naive. And to those people, please get your head out of the sand. I mean, they can manipulate the numbers all they want. They can tell us unemployment is at 7.9%. I don't know anybody that believes that. But when you look at wages and you look at opportunity and you look at this wealth gap that we're seeing in America, especially now with everything that's happening politically and socially, this is a powder keg. This country is very divided. We have massive wealth inequality, opportunity inequality, and we have a depression on our hands. And we are now seeing these massive food lines all over America, the talks of food shortages, supply chains breaking. I'm really concerned that we are going to wake up one morning here in America and we are not going to know what hit us. And with that being said, please continue your preparations. Last article here today. U.S. deficit soars to 14-year high. As I've said in the past, China is destroying us, and China is going to be our number one threat. It doesn't mean a war, but economically, financially, China is stacking so much gold. They're manufacturing literally everything in the world. I know that they have massive debt. I know that they're doing a lot of manipulation, but they are manufacturing. They are building things. They are stockpiling gold. They have a massive banking system. They are all over the world mining. And my big concern is we have an economy of consumption where China has an economy of manufacturing. And so if both countries are in a depression, what country do you think gets out of a depression? The one that is based on consumers consuming with money they don't have, or the country that has all the gold, the country that is manufacturing quite literally everything around the world, a country that has been very, very patient and is just going to allow America to hang itself. We have to be very cautious with what is happening in China, very cautious with the world reserve currency, the dollar right now as it stands. But will it be standing as the world reserve currency 5 years from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now? Listen, time goes by very, very fast. And use time to your advantage right now because we're running out of it. Use the time that you have because you don't know how much time there is going to be. We could wake up tomorrow to a derivative crisis. We could wake up to some pension collapsing. We could wake up to bank runs, an EMP, cyber attacks. We could wake up to any sort of event that could change our lives in the blink of a second. It could be because of financial institutions in Europe blowing up, something big happening in China, more pressure on the US dollar. The list goes on and on and on. We could see some very serious banking problems right here in America. We are heading deeper into this depression and there is no end in sight. How long this depression lasts, I don't know. But it could be a very harsh, long-lasting depression. If you think that it's bad now, wait till what you're about to see a few months from now. Wait till 2021. I said a long time ago, heading in to 2020, this was going to be a really crazy, chaotic year, and it has been. I believe that 2021 is going to be even more chaotic than this one because we're going to start to begin to see the fallout with all this unemployment, the fallout with what is happening in this economy, the fallout with all this debt and deficits. I think it's going to get really crazy, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm praying for America, and my prayers go out to all of you. There's people watching this tonight that have already lost their job, people that are very worried about how they're going to feed their families. There's no stimulus check coming. What's going to happen when all the unemployment wears off, when the forbearances and the moratoriums expire? What's going to happen? We are in no man's land right now. Nobody knows. But one thing I think we can all agree on, it is going to get much worse before it gets better. I think people's will is going to be tested. I think people's tenacity, people's love for this country, everything is going to be tested. Their relationship with God, their relationship with their families, everything is going to be tested. People's will is going to be tested because we are going to see and live through some of the toughest times in American history. I'm going to leave it there tonight. Continue doing what you're doing. God bless every one of you. Please like this video, share it with everyone you know and don't know, blast it all over social media. Please subscribe. And remember, if you already have subscribed, hit the bell notification so that you are alerted with the newest video. So much coming. It is just an incredible time to be alive, an incredible time to witness all this, but it's also a very dangerous time. So make sure you're taking all precautions, make sure that you're very aware of your surroundings, and make sure that you are walking extremely close to God. That is the number one asset in your life. But God gave you a mind, He gave you free will, and He is warning all of you to prepare, prepare, prepare. God bless you. Talk to you all very, very soon.